Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use and program the Rife Digital Professional V2 machine. This is my machine, by the way. It's not brand new. It's been around the block a few times, but it will do the job. So you're going to plug it in, and once you plug it in, you'll see the red light come on the little on light. And that indicates that you have power, not that it's on. To turn it on, you need to push the power button. And you'll see the screen lights up. And mine comes up with group 1, but that's because I've already set it up. I think when it's brand new, it comes up as the language. And we'll get to that in just a second. These are your leads. They plug in right here. You have 2 ports for leads, so you can use all 4 straps, or you can zap with a friend. Either or. Each lead is going to have a positive and a negative. You want one strap with the positive, one strap on the negative. And the straps, these are the Velcro straps. This is your contact point right here. You're going to have that on the fleshy part of the palm. So over here by the little finger, over here by the thumb. And that's true for the flex straps as well, or the balls of the feet. If you're sleeping with the straps, you want to use that on the balls of the feet. I usually used it on the balls of my feet anyway, but either or. And then, let's take this out of here for right now. And this is true also for the mat or the belt. I believe I told you that the positive on one part of the mat, negative on the other part of the mat, same for the belt. Okay, and then I'm going to show you how to program here and get everything set up. Your machine is when it's brand new, I think it lands on the language and then walks you through the setup. So I'm pushing my down arrow to get to language. So now I'm at the language setup. I'm going to push enter. And I have the choice between English, Japanese, or Spanish. Use your up or your down arrow to go to whichever one you want. I'm choosing English. Push enter. And then use your down arrow again to go to voltage. Push enter. 17 volts is what you want to use with the straps, unless you feel any sensitivity with that, then go ahead and drop it down to 14.5. You probably won't. If you're using it on the fleshy part of your palm, by the thumb or the little finger, or on the balls of your feet, you shouldn't have any problem with it. When the machine screen goes dark like that, just push escape. That'll bring it back up and you'll be all right. Okay, so back to voltage. So at 12.5 is where you want to be if you're using the mat or the belt in direct contact with the skin. Then you want to be at 12.5. Some people can do it at 14.5 for some frequency sets, but if that becomes uncomfortable, go back to 12.5 volts. 17 volts is definitely going to be uncomfortable. Not for the straps, but for the mat or the belt in direct connection or direct contact with the skin. Okay, if you push that down arrow again, we come to convergence sweep. Convergence sweep is the same as super sweep, and both of them will run through all 1 million frequencies 1 second at a time. Convergence does it by running the highest and the lowest frequency at the same time. They converge in the middle. Super sweep runs only 1 frequency 1 second at a time, and they both go through all 1 million of them. It's going to take several hours. We suggest doing this at night with the straps on the balls of your feet, or using the Rife Healing mat or Rife Healing belt. Now, if you're using the mat or the belt and you're using it under a thin fitted bed sheet or with a thin t-shirt or thin pajamas, you want to be at 17 volts. And you want that thin material to be 100% cotton. The signal will not travel through nylon so well. Okay, so onward. If we push that arrow again, here's super sweep. And to enter these and get Super Sweep to start going, just push enter and it begins. You'll see over here it says play. It's got like a little square to just the right of play. That means that you're in the radio frequency mode, RF mode. And here's your RF button right here. You want to be in CW, carrier wave mode, most of the time. So once you've started your treatment on sweep or the Super Sweep or Convergence Sweep, push the CW button. You'll see that little square change to an X. You want to be in CW most of the time, and all of the time if it's cancer that you're going after. They have found that the CW mode is more effective for cancers than just the RF mode. Okay, so onward. You have 25 groups in this machine. 1 through 20 are presets. To use them to pause or get out of any function that you're in, like the Super Sweep, hit enter, that pauses it, then push escape, and that gets you out of it, and then use your up or your down arrows. So let's say we're going to go to group 1 here, which is the arthritis, rheumatism, osteoporosis set. Push enter, and you'll see here it says sweep, and the arrow is pointing to that. To move through that, just push your up arrow or your down arrow, and you'll see it go through pulse sweep. Pulse sweep runs each of the 10 frequencies 1 second at a time. So this is good to use if you're at home for lunch, say, and you want to do you have 30 minutes to do a treatment. Use the pulse sweep function. That will deliver all 10 frequencies in that set to you for those 30 minutes. If you were using just the sweep function, it would deliver only the first 3, because each frequency, sweep is going to stay on each frequency for 10 minutes at a time. So 3 frequencies, 30 minutes, as opposed to the pulse sweep function, all 10 frequencies for 30 minutes. So that's the way to go if you're, short on time. You want to be in sweep most of the time because it stays on each frequency for 10 minutes at a time. All right, so if you push your up arrow again, you'll see the run function. Run will run the frequency that you're seeing on the display screen, and it will continue to run that until you pause it or stop it. And pulse run will do the same. It still will pulse every second on that one frequency. And then we go to program. Program is, we're going to get into program in just a minute, and then sweep. So when you see sweep, that's where you want to be most of the time. Push enter. If you haven't already pushed CW, then push CW. And you'll see that little X to the right of play when you're on CW. Okay, so you have 25 groups. 1 through 20 are presets. We left 21 through 25 empty, so you can put in whatever frequency set that you may need. And you can program over the presets if you want to, but we left those empty so you don't have to. All right, so escape, or pause rather, so I can get out of group 1. Go to escape, and then I'm going to hit the up arrow. No, actually, I'm going to hit escape again, and that's going to have my arrow pointed to group 1. Now I want to go down to group 21 so I can program in a set. So in this case, the up arrow, going through the groups. There's group 21, and it is empty. Okay, I have my book. I've got it open to the A's. The first frequency set is for acne, so that's what I'm going to use. If you want to follow along, we can do that. And if you're, like I said, if your screen goes dark, just push escape. That'll light it back up. Okay, so now I'm pointed at group 21. To enter that group, I'm going to hit enter. And now I'm pointed at sweep, but I want to be at program. So push your up arrow or your down arrow till you see program. And there's program. To enter the program function, push enter. And now you'll see frequency 0, and you'll see the zero blinking. That's your bank. You have 10 frequency banks. It starts at 0 and goes up to 9. So this is just showing you that you're in the first frequency bank. Push enter again, and you'll see the first digit on the frequencies here, which is 0000, because there's nothing in there. You'll see that first digit start to flash. So now we're going to put in our frequency. And the first frequency is 0.05. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 5. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, so now you've got 0.05 in there. Push enter. That saves it. Push your up arrow to go to the next frequency bank. Now you'll see that it says 1 next to frequency instead of 0. Push enter. Your first digit starts to flash, and we're going to put in our second frequency, which is 0.37. So 0, 0, 0, point. The point is already there. 3, 7. Enter to save it. Up arrow to go to the next frequency bank. Now it says 2. Enter again. That first digit starts to flash. And now we're going to put in, see, we did that one, we did that one. We're going to put in 0.83. So 0, 0, 0.83. Enter to save it. Up arrow to go to the next frequency bank. Now it says 3. Enter. The first digit flashes. The next frequency is 2.50. So 0, 0, 2, 5, 0. Enter to save it. Up arrow to go to the next frequency bank. Enter. The first digit starts to flash. The next one is 3.00. So 0, 0, 3, 0, 0. Enter to save it. Up arrow to go to the next frequency bank. Enter. First digit starts to flash. Now we want 73.30. So 0, 7, 3, 30. Enter to save it. Up arrow to go to the next frequency bank. Enter. First digit begins to flash again. And now we want 383.75. 383.75. Enter to save it. Up arrow to go to the next frequency bank. We're in the 7th frequency bank right now. Enter. And then our next frequency is 387. So 387.00. Enter to save it. Up arrow to go to the next frequency bank. Enter. The first digit flashes. What did I just do? Is that the 387? I think the next one we're on is 389. 389.00. Enter to save it. Up arrow to go to the next frequency bank. Enter. First digit starts to flash. And 393. 393.00. Enter to save it. And now we're good, really. Push escape. Okay, just push escape. Now, if you wanted to go through these frequencies to make sure you've got them right, your little frequency bank number is going to be flashing there, but if you use your down arrow, it'll go to frequency bank 8, and then 7, 6, and you can look and see that you got all those frequencies in there correctly. If you didn't, just stop on the one that's wrong, push enter, put the right frequency in, push enter to save it, and then continue on checking through the rest of your list. Now, they don't have to be in order. You know, they are in order in the book. Most of them, 99% of them, they'll start from the lowest and move on to the highest. But it doesn't matter. You can start in the middle. You can start programming on bank 5 and come all the way back to bank 5. I mean, it's just perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be in any particular order, just as long as they are all there. That's the important part. Okay, so once you've programmed your frequency set, push escape. Push escape again. Now you'll see it says program. Use your up arrow to go to sweep. There's sweep. Push enter. Push CW if you're not already in CW, and you'll see the X to the right of play lets you know that you're in CW. And that's pretty much about as complicated as it gets. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I would like to convey. You do have a master reset button here. It'll put back all the defaults and presets if you've, changed them. And the only other thing I can say is when you program your groups 21 through 25, you might want to keep a little notepad there so you know which group you're in. You can't label the groups that you're programming. The presets are labeled, and that's really quite great. But if you change the preset to something else, you won't be able to relabel it. It's still going to have like we were in group 1, the arthritis, rheumatism, that label. It's going to stay there even if you change that frequency set. So you'd want to keep, a notepad so you know what you've really got in each thing if you changed any of the presets. As far as the 21 through 25, the ones that you've programmed, keep a little notepad so you know what you programmed in and you don't have to do it again because you can't remember. And not that that's ever happened to me. Oh no. So anyway, I think that's got it for you. If you have any questions, you can call us at 206-708-6408, or you can email me at healthproducts2@gmail.com. It's healthproducts with an S, the number 2 @gmail.com. Thanks.